Hello everyone, welcome back to Resident Evil Requiem. Um, let's go through the main story and load. Oh yeah, this is the correct save file. Leon is defeated by Zeno's special ability, but Grace's quick thinking allows them to escape. I feel like it's the Leon's quick thinking allowed them to escape, but yeah, Grace kind of helped as well. I like Grace is. I don't mind Grace as a main character. I think she's quite awkward. Um, I think she's definitely more likable than Ethan. I wasn't a big fan of Ethan as a main character. And Zeno seems different to Wesker. Like he's a villain, but he didn't feel. He feels different to Wesker though. Have we got? Yeah, we got body armor. I think at this stage, I'm just gonna use the machine gun. I'm not gonna ever use a pistol. I feel like the pistol is a weapon that you just discard later on. Like you just, it's something that you don't ever need to use later on. It's like Resident Evil 4 remake as well. The pistol is something that you rarely ever need to use.
Security threat detected. Elevator shut down. In effect. Override key authorization required.
System management. Okay, there's definitely some sort of fight here because they wouldn't give you so much supply. And two exploding barrels. And something to chuck. The fact that they're giving you supplies and also this exploding barrel to chuck. And well, there's a bunch of things that you can chuck. The chucking stuff is really nice because it gives you iframe, it stun locks your opponent, it allows you to follow up with tracking module 10,000. Well, legendary. Wow. Okay. Definitely can upgrade my gear. Let's see what else I can upgrade. Maybe just the requiem. Is the requiem upgraded to the max? I could just buy a better weapon. No. If I have too many tracking chips, maybe I'll just buy a better weapon. Let's see if the requiem can be upgraded anymore. Okay. Porter barrel. That's the maximum. Power shades charm. Wow. We don't need to upgrade the hatchet. We can kind of sell the hatchet as well. Does it sell for anything? 1,000? We don't need the hatchet at all. We only ever need the mortal edge. Because the mortal edge is exceptionally good at parrying. I wonder if you sell it, do you get the... Okay, let's sell it and let's see if we buy it back. Do we get the same upgrade? Oh yeah, it's just the same upgrade. Okay, you don't lose any money on the upgrade. So instead of getting you more money on the upgrade, the weapon is already upgraded. Okay. We're just going to use a Mortal Edge. The Mortal Edge sells for 25,000 credits. It definitely means that... Okay, you could also just not have any melee weapon. So let's equip that. It has the same attack pattern, but it says it's exceptionally good at parrying. I wonder what does that really entails. Like, is it just easier to parry? Um, does it mean you can parry a little bit earlier? Most of these kind of things that improves parrying and dodging, they do not allow you to.
This must be the room.
I feel like you can't melee these lickers. I also feel
I'll take out as many of you fuckers as I can.
I did not know you can still parry. I'm gonna just sit in this one because it's much safer here. And as soon as they approach me, I'm just chuck stuff at them. Wonder if they can come in here. There we go. Yes, come on in. I'm not gonna use the exploding barrel. I feel like that's gonna be used for something else. Alright, the Mortal Edge is really powerful. It can't be upgraded though. But it makes parrying much easier. I don't know about the leap attacks that they do, whether you can parry that. I think it's better not to deal with that. Because the leap attacks are really quick and has huge amount of range. So it's better go up close and personal and just try to parry them and then use the melee attack. You also can kick them, which is a good thing. You can't stealth attack them though. Oh, okay. Are we just gonna try to sneak past them, or are we gonna fight them? If we fight them, we have to do it one at a time. Okay.
Holy shit. Not done yet.
Well, that was a good grenade, except I kind of squandered my opportunity. I was able to parry them quite easily before, but looked like I wasn't able to do it. Okay, let's use a med injector. They do a ton of damage.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to parry for some reason. I guess you can't parry in the middle of an attack. But this weapon is supposed to be exceptionally good at parrying. So it either gives you you can parry earlier. I would have thought exceptionally good at parrying means you can parry in the middle of an attack. So you can attack and then parry. Okay, I think what makes this bit difficult is Leon doing this. I think if Leon didn't do that, this bit wouldn't be too bad. Shotgun ammo. Let's go and explore the area, see if there's anything else that we can find. Shotgun shell. The grenade was pretty decent. I don't know if I can make a stack grenade. Okay, let's make a hand grenade, and then let's make a stacked hand grenade. Because those do a lot of damage. And those are really good at... Okay, it just unlocks the path to this door. Alright. They're pretty tough. They can take just shotgun blasts to the face. I think the requiem is the best way to deal with them. There was a guy watching before. He said I had too much ammo on the requiem, but I'm gonna save at least like 15 rounds of ammo for the boss battles. I have a feeling I'm definitely gonna need it. Where's the place that I unlocked? Is it through here? Alright, this one doesn't unlock, obviously. Yeah, that's much more effective at healing than, like... Okay, that's the override key. Let's not get it for the moment. I feel like if we get it, we definitely will run into trouble. Let's not get it for the moment. And let's just go back and repair our body armor, because I reckon that's necessary. Yeah, that definitely helped. Okay, it has less capacity than the Gao, but much more higher rate of fire, it seems like. The Gao also has very high rate of fire, but this one looks a bit faster, but it doesn't have as much ammo capacity. And I think this one has better precision and stability. Yeah, it has better precision and stability. The 99 TAC is like the right gun. This is like a much stronger version. The silencer. I wonder if you still get autosaves on a high difficulty. I think if you don't get autosaves, it's much, much harder. In Grace's section, it's alright, because there isn't too much combat, and there is a lot of stealth option, like with the hemolytic injector. I can instantly take down like a licker, right? Override key bioweapon repository 11. A power activation key. It should restore the electricity in bioweapon repository 11. Alright, I should have chucked this weapon at them. I just should run around. But the explosive barrel, that did a lot of damage. Like, much more than I thought it did. Let's see if we can read the writing.
Warning. Autoclave compromised. Pod lockdown unavailable. Memory corrupt. Self-repair functionality offline.
Ah, they force you to fight in this area if you...
Air thermometer. Warning. Pod lockdown unavailable.
Yeah. Let's get this over with.
The elevator will arrive shortly. The elevator has arrived.
Alright, that was much easier than I thought.
I can't waste any more time here. I need to go.
Well, I need to explore. I should have repaired my body armor.
Almost there.
Oh, I remember this in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Right at the end as well.
Not done yet.
Let's have a look what's that direction. Okay, it's a locked door. That's good to know. I thought it would be like a saving room or something. Can you imagine? They're like just saving the state.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
My research opened Pandora's box, unleashing disaster upon the world.
Except Elpis, the goddess of hope? Or so the myth goes.
A blind hope.
What do you mean?
Humans cannot predict when death will come for them. This is why they have hope. I was wrong, and I am plagued by guilt. Happiness cannot be achieved at the expense of others. I think that's enough for today.
Why did you accept my request for an interview? Who is the... Is that one of your subjects?
Of course not. She was alone in the world. I took her in to make amends.
Is she...
Perfectly normal. Just an average child needing a home. She is my hope. Aren't you beautiful? Would you like to hold her?
Okay. She's adorable. What's her name?
Grace.
Grace. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
I've said my piece. I only hope it serves as a requiem for those who have passed.
Leon. Leon. I need to hurry.
Obtain files. 16th, 1300 hours. Oswald E. Spencer. World War and Cold War. Founded Umbrella out of despair. Lucreus. T-virus. Bioweapons. Incomplete blood research. Immortality, memory transfer, advanced breed of human, mind control, all for the evolution of humanity, bioterrorism and human experimentation. No response to question, duh. Elpis will be there. Elpis, look it up later. Impression, more rational than expected, a pure scientist, an idealist. The purity was the origin of madness, a twisted genius at his core. Some hesitation in his speech. Is he hiding something? Anger? Regret? Letter from Patrick. Miss Alyssa Ashcroft, I hope this letter finds you in good health. My name is Patrick, and I'm writing to you as the butler of Oswald E. Spencer. Perhaps you remember me. I'd like to extend my gratitude once more to you for taking the time to interview Master Oswald. I'm writing to you today to inform you of his last will and testament. In his later years, my master was often in a state of unrest and his speech was somewhat jumbled. As such, his last will and testament was quite unintelligible aside from the following passage. I would appreciate if you could Read it carefully. Kindly respond at your earliest convenience. Below follows an exempt from the will. I designate Alyssa Ashcroft as the guardian of my adopted daughter, Grace. She will be safe in her care. Oswald E. Spencer. It's strange because if Spencer was a very different character from what they portrayed in earlier versions of Resident Evil, but particularly Resident Evil 5, I imagine this event must happen before Resident Evil 5. It doesn't even make sense if it did, because isn't Spencer dead and killed by Wesker in Resident Evil 5? I don't really know. And also, Spencer was not supposed to be someone who has regrets like that. So, I don't know, it's a totally different character, as I expect. Archives. Clean room, lobby, lab entrance, monitor control room. So this way is to the study, elevator, bio. Whoa, this looks like Spencer's estate. I like how the secret lab just suddenly transitions to, like, yeah, just a normal, like a mansion. And they didn't make Spencer to be a really bad guy. They made him to be not a good person, but someone who regrets his actions. Even though he did like experimentation on humans, right? So I don't know. That's the chair he sat in. It looks like a very basic wheelchair. I'm guessing that's some sort of oxygen cylinder. We gotten all the documents. The only document we failed to grab is this one. So we did pretty good exploration, except this document. I found all the ones in Raccoon City Arc. I'll probably go back and check. It's probably closer to the beginning of the game because it's only number 6 or number 5, but sometimes it's not like that. The guide pamphlet to the city was something that you found later on, so you don't know where that is exactly, right? But it definitely is in Rhodes Hill.
This is finally my chance to do something.
I'm gonna try a playthrough where I don't use any green herbs or med injectors, but I'm only gonna do that on my own. I'm not gonna do it on stream because I have to reload too many times. Ah, okay. Central portal. Elevator, I see. Okay. Never seen glass staircases as well. Look at all those pods down below. Yeah, I've never seen glass staircases. It does look pretty cool.
Leon! Leon! Oh no. Hey, it's me. It's Grace. Oh, please wake up. Come on. Wake up, wake up.
Hey, you. I was just resting my eyes.
You okay? Oh, let me help you. password.
It's okay. Soon left it wide open for us. Any wrong code will do. It'll destroy Opus.
Let's try.
Grace, whatever it takes. I can buy you some time.
No. No, I have an idea.
I trust you. I trust you.
So, the prodigal daughter returns.
I know the password.
Fulfill your destiny, and all will be forgiven.
Only if you let Leon live.
Very well.
Okay. So is this it? So the decision I made before did not matter? What does the creator desire? The brightness is a little bit high for me. I might have to adjust that, but in other places it seems to be okay. I don't know why here it's a little bit bright. So release Alpus or destroy Alpus. I'm guessing the first is good ending, the second is bad ending. I don't really know what to do. So let's just go for the bad ending first and then the good ending. I don't know. Let's just go for one of the endings. It's strange that what you did before doesn't matter. It almost feels like what you didn't matter, like shooting Emily or that. I thought it mattered, but it looks like this is what you had to do. I don't know if there are any other endings, but it looks like there's at least two. So what should we do? Destroy Alpus or release Alpus? So maybe R2 first.
Please know that you are my hope.
She is my hope. A blind hope.
Okay.
Oh, you can go back. Interesting.
This is it.
What are you doing, Grace?
Spencer regretted what he did.
Well done.
You promised.
Yes, that I would let him live. Mr. Kennedy, I give you the honor of experiencing my power firsthand.
I'm not sure Elpis is what you think it is. There's nothing special about me. I was never any king. Spencer wanted to make amends.
But you released Elpis. What is it? Tell me!
Leon!
Why? My powers!
Elpis is Spencer's atonement. It's an antiviral.
Amazing. I am humbled by my master's genius.
Your research was wrong. Elpis wasn't a weapon. There was never a key.
Spencer's paper was obviously incomplete. There was no connection between Grace and Emily.
Do you know how much time and money I wasted on this?
Don't you see the genius? With Elpis, all virus-based weapons are useless. The world order will be thrown into chaos.
We wanted a weapon.
Instead, Spencer gave us anarchy. I will carry his torch and bring his vision to life.
You? You and Spencer were a means to an end.
Yet he outwitted you all.
Spencer defied us and paid the price with his life. He was nothing.
You are nothing but an imitation.
It's over, Victor. The Connections is done with you!
We can't let him have it.
Your ignorance is staggering.
It's a cure. Oh, it's working. Leon, it's working. Wake up.
Now, let it all come down. All of it.
Grace, what happened? It's gonna go! Grab something! Grace. Grace! Time to bury Umbrella's last skeleton.
Spencer's vision lives through me. And I will see that it is brought to fruition.
And how many more will have to die for that vision?
It seems your skills have
Okay. Look like you can't parry a kick. Yeah, that's Dark Souls for you.
Sacrifices must be made! In the grand scheme, a few lives.
That
Not to me. I swore that I'd always protect those lives.
that's okay. That's really interesting. So, the right ending. Okay, so the right ending was to release Elpis. Otherwise, Leon would have died. That's not what you expect. Are you meant to shoot him, or...? And also, RPG-7, a rocket launcher developed for anti-tank use. The simple design boosts devastating power, equally effective against non-tank enemies. I love the description. Incorporate a recoilless design that produces a potentially hazardous backblast when fired. You know, it's quite funny because you also need the rocket to defeat the final boss in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I tried to dodge the lightning, but I wasn't entirely sure his patterns. I did not know some of his attacks can't be parried. Like, you obviously can't parry a kick, right? You learn that from Resident Evil 4 Remake, but before that, you learn that from Dark Souls. I'm just gonna freeze on that screen. Oh, okay, you need to make space for the rocket? What about if you didn't have space? Okay, a bit of inventory management here. Okay, I will do that. Like, can I use a rocket now, or should I wait? I feel like this can't be the right time to use rocket. Okay, so there's definitely enough space here. Just gotta shuffle a few things around. Okay, let's put the... so, a couple of things I was gonna say. It's quite... Because I thought release Alpus... So, Alpus is an antivirus. How would that bring anarchy to the world if all virus-based weapons are useless? Wouldn't that bring more order? Okay, then just equip the rocket.
Future!
There we go.
It's over. Good riddance. Nemesis. No wonder you're so damn relentless.
Okay, maybe I should I just save the rocket? Like, how do you dodge its attacks? Do you have to parry? Or do I just not have enough health? Ah, you just have to run away from it. Yeah, okay, it's not that, yeah. Okay, I kind of got stuck there, so Right, I don't actually have much health. I don't think I have health in my supply box. I have a huge amount of health as Grace. Okay, you just have to like dodge before he actually does the attack. So, and I don't think there's a way to parry it. Okay, looks like it's pretty easy to get stuck. Alright, let's try that one more time. Alright, you can't basically get hit. I don't know if I'm really low on health because well, maybe I have to load an early save file because I'm very, very low on health and I can't move my normal speed. I don't think is there any health here? Okay. Alright. Alright. That makes it much easier. I can actually take some damage. And I can actually move like normal people's speed. Okay. I thought there would be some health in the area. Okay, at least I know where the health is. Wait, wasn't it here? Yeah, but if I stay away from him, I can't dodge easily. Yeah. Okay, is that... Ah, that's why it's hitting me so easy. Okay, alright, I see what you mean. By getting too close.
You ain't getting back up. Grace. Grace, where are you? Sherry. Sherry, come in. Sherry. Shit. Grace! Grace, hang on. Fuck. Grace. Grace.
Leon.
We need to get you out of here. Come on. Let's get you out.
There's no way out, is there?
Well, I'm not gonna leave your side. I'm gonna sit right here with you.
I guess this is it then.
Leon S. Kennedy?
Depends who's asking.
Alpha, you read me, sir? Yeah, they're safe. I got them. Yes, sir. Mr. Kennedy, I have a message from Captain Redfield.
I'll be damned. Can't believe that antiviral actually worked. Feel better than I have in ages.
Oh, thank God. I'm glad you're okay.
We got a dose with your name on it. We'll be back in action in no time.
Thank you, Leon.
Would have been a lot smoother if Chris hadn't been so late to the party.
Where is Chris, anyway?
No idea. I'm sure I'll run into him at some point. Yeah, I'll call you back. It's over then.
Yeah. Well, this really was our last hope.
Well, let's pray Umbrella hasn't left us any more nasty surprises.
I wish we could have saved Emily.
Grace. I didn't hit any of her vitals. She could still be alive.
What are you saying?
Maybe we can save her.
The government has confirmed
confirmed the existence of an actively trading bioweapons lab located here in the ruins of Raccoon City. The origin point for the worldwide spread of bioorganic weapons. This illegal facility appears to have been in operation for decades.
Sources say that the extension of the lockdown and the recent series of mysterious deaths may be related to tragic events in Raccoon City 28 years ago.
Evidence seized in Raccoon City has led the Justice Department to reopen its investigation into Oswald Spencer and the long-defunct Umbrella Corporation. Some believe the government deliberately drove Umbrella into bankruptcy.
The late Alyssa Ashcroft is credited with cracking the Oswald Spencer story. Conspiracy theorists are already claiming that she was killed in a cover-up, and that the organization responsible is secretly controlling our government.
Tonight, in a speech from the Oval Office, the president is expected to reject allegations of any government involvement since the Raccoon City incident.
Okay, so it didn't really matter if you shoot Emily or not. I don't want the song to be copyrighted, so I'm just gonna skip that.
And Sherry's okay? Oh, good. I'm so glad. Emily, yeah, she's doing great. I'm actually teaching her how to read.
Grace. Grace. Where's that report?
Sorry. Leon, gotta go. Catch up soon.
Remaining BSAA forces have been neutralized. Retrieving the objective before they send in the wolves.
Alright, okay. Unlock available, unlock insanity mode. The following content has been added to the bonus behind the scenes video and Grace's report. Special content, models and concept art. Weapon skins, jacket Leon, Grace, tactical light, alligator snapper. Okay, so there's a couple of things. First, the length of the game. It's probably a little bit shorter than Resident Evil 4, but it's one of the longer games. It's certainly a little bit longer than Resident Evil Village. It's much longer than the classic Resident Evil games. Even like Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2, the original one. Okay, and the title screen is different, which is good to know. So that's what happens when you finish the game. And what happens when you got... it feels much longer because the exploration of Raccoon City took me a long time. But it's definitely not as long as Resident Evil 4 Remake. Because Resident Evil 4 Remake, the first time I played it, it was almost 20 hours, I remember. And Resident Evil Village was a little bit shorter. It's more like 10, 12 hours. I'm just based on my first playthrough time. Also, the ending was super confusing. Yeah, but you can't count speedruns though. Speedrun time, like, it's like speedrun. You can speedrun like Silent Hill F, right? It's a 10+ hour game. I can do a speedrun under 2 hours easily. I've done it, right? And you can do it even faster if you're on New Game Plus, with all the powerful charms. You can defeat the Sakuko boss battle. Usually that takes 2 minutes plus, but you can defeat her in like 10 seconds if you do it quick enough. Like if you get the right charm combinations, right? So like, you can't based on speedrun time on the length of the game. Like the RPD would take you a minute or so to complete if I didn't do the optional puzzles. Right, you only need to get the mechanical jack in the RPD. But if you extended that out, you can make that a half an hour easy gameplay if you've gone through the puzzles, right? So speedrun times are not like, I don't know, they're not very indicative of the length of the game. I'm just saying, if you actually properly play the game, you're probably looking at about 10 hours. So it's certainly longer than Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. It may be a bit longer than Village. Village and this game is similar. It just depends how much you explore the Raccoon City itself. That's a fairly sizable chunk of the gameplay, but you can do that very quickly if you don't go through the optional areas, right? But you could say the same thing about Resident Evil Village. So it's maybe a little bit longer than that. It's certainly shorter than Resident Evil 4 remake. And it's shorter than the original Resident Evil 4, because that is the longest game so far. I'm just gonna... no, I don't want to go to defeat Victor. I want to actually load a proper save file. I don't know which... Yeah, I think this is the last save file that I had. And it's crazy that you don't get to fight Xenon in a good ending. Like, Xenon actually just Xenon just got killed. Is this the... This is the latest save file? I have to go through all that section again to do the final ending. Alright. Yeah, Xeno is a copy of Wesker, but Xeno behaves very different to Wesker, though.
Detected. Elevator
Like, for example,
in effect. Override key authorization required.
Like, I didn't save the game. I should. Okay, next time I'll make a save file. But Xenon doesn't. Wesker doesn't smoke. Wesker doesn't have a earpiece. And also, Wesker behaves quite differently to Xeno. While Xeno is condescending, he's not as arrogant as Wesker. I think just max out the Requiem. Yeah, you were right about the Requiem. Definitely have too much ammo there. Okay, I'm wondering if there's a way to do this. Beat the last bit with stealth. Just gonna try it out. Yeah, but he's quite different. Like he's like Wesker, but he's different to Wesker because of the subtle differences that they have. But Emily, the fact that you shoot Emily or you don't shoot Emily does not matter. So, okay, that's good to know.
This must be the room.
Another thing...
I'll take out as many of you fuckers as I can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, have them do that leap attack so I can instant kill them. Oh, I got the melee attack. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. No, that is so bad. You so should have laughed.
Not done
Okay,
yet.
that's a very fun. Okay. Good to know you can't parry. Okay, alright. Good to know that you can't parry while you're healing, so... I don't know what's so great about the Mortal Edge. There must be something that makes it parry better. You can't parry in the middle of an attack. You can't parry whilst healing. So... But it looks like you can instant kill the Licker if you parry one of their leap attacks, which I did not know before.
I'll take out as many of you fuckers as I can.
Oh, that's a nice shot. I got two of them in one hit. Yeah, so it's not what you expect with the ending, because it feels like Spencer was a good guy, but also like I don't know what's that guy Victor was saying, like it would bring anarchy, but it wouldn't bring anarchy, it would bring stability, right, if you can't use bioweapons. So I don't know what Victor was talking about. So Alpus was like an antivirus. So if he destroyed Alpus, Leon would have died. So Leon was wrong, basically. Oh, I see a good grenade opportunity like before. So basically, Alpus was. Yeah, so Leon would have died. And the fact Zeno got killed as well, like you thought he's gonna be like a reoccurring villain, but no, he just dies. Yeah, but Spencer wasn't supposed to be a good guy though. Ah, I see. But Spencer was not supposed to be a good guy. Like, from past Resident Evil games, he seems like the main villain, but looks like he's just a person who's been blamed for this. And he's not actually a bad person. So that was also surprising. There was some surprising things about the game. There was also the fact that it didn't make a whole lot of sense that okay, can we line up one shot? Of course we couldn't. Because one guy would have to be... Damn, the fact that liquors take 5 hits. Yeah, but he wasn't supposed to be like a good guy. He was supposed to be one of the bad guys. So, and also, wasn't he supposed to be killed by Wesker in Resident Evil 5? Right? Because Alyssa looks like she hasn't aged at all. Alyssa looks like... So, it's like he's still alive at the end of Resident Evil F. It looks like... Yeah, he... You know... We don't know when the interview was done, but it looks like he was still alive recently. Right? So... Anyway, I don't know. It just feels like it's a pretty good twist, I would say. Yeah, but it's a pretty good twist. It's not what you expect. You expect, you certainly expect releasing Alpus will release like the ultimate virus. But it's not the case. And Victor being the final boss was not what I expected. I feel like it's a bit anticlimactic, that Victor being the final boss. Well, it's Nemesis, but still. And also the fact that it's completely unbalanced in terms of amount of health. I don't know, maybe it's just the way I've been playing, but boy, I had a lot of health as Grace. Like, I have at least 5 or 6 med injectors. I just could not be bothered to pick up any more med injectors. But as Leon, I'm constantly struggle for health. But Grace, I sort of struggled with ammo. It's quite different. It's not what I expected, like, to be. I don't know if I will speedrun the game. I think there's still some things I want to finish with Silent Hill F. So I'll definitely play Insanity mode. And some people told me Insanity mode is quite difficult. I don't know, I feel like Standard mode is like actually quite difficult already. Standard mode is not easy, like you can die very easily. In certain situations, like 2 hits, you're dead, right? But like, I just wonder if Insanity mode still has autosave. I'll find out very quickly. If it still has autosave for Leon section, it's gonna be similar to Resident Evil Village of Shadows. Like Village of Shadows in Resident Evil Village is difficult, but it's nowhere as difficult as like Resident Evil 3 Inferno. Resident Evil 3 Inferno was a hard one. Yeah. If you didn't know how to dodge, you're in trouble. Resident Evil 3 Inferno was just the hardest game I've ever played. And I think I practiced at least 100 or maybe 200 hours just on the final Nemesis boss. I was able to like continuously dodge him for about 5 minutes before I started speed running it. Oh, there was just one liquor? I like how one liquor caused me all that problem. And also I chucked the grenade too close to myself. Because I did that. And have I upgraded the requiem to the maximum? Yeah, maxed out. Okay.
Warning, autoclave compromised. Pod lockdown unavailable. Memory corrupt. Self-repair functionality offline. Aerosol monitor warning. Pod lockdown unavailable.
Okay, that is not a good time, Leon, to get into this. Boom.
The elevator will arrive shortly. The elevator has arrived.
Alright, I'm just gonna see what happened in the other ending. I wonder if there's any other endings. Just the I'm guessing just two. A lot of Resident Evil games only have one ending. Resident Evil 2 remake, it's basically one ending for each character. Resident Evil 3 is one ending. Resident Evil 4 is one ending. I think Resident Evil Village is one ending as well. But I don't... Yeah. And also, what you did in the game does not matter. Like, there's nothing you do that affects the ending. You just have to enter the right password or the wrong password at the end. And yeah, I like how the twist. Okay, we don't need to watch this again. But
I need to hurry.
It's definitely a twist that what the game leads you to believe that Alpus is dangerous is now like releasing Alpus was the right thing to do. If you didn't release Alpus, Leon would be killed basically. But let's go for that ending as well because we don't have to restart the game. We just have to make a different choice. And they already confirmed there's going to be a DLC, so it looks like the BSAA has failed to secure Alpus again. Well, not Alpus, but Raccoon City again. And it says Captain Redfield, right?
This is finally my chance to do something.
And I would imagine Chris will be quite old. Chris will be like in his 60s, maybe 70s in the game timeline. Right? Chris is at least 10 years older than Leon. Yeah, so Chris could be like approaching 60 years old. Or maybe even older. I don't remember exactly how old Chris was in Resident Evil Village. But also that one thing I didn't really understand is it's interesting choice that they put Leon as a protagonist among Grace. I would have thought they would have gone with Chris simply because Chris is in Resident Evil 7 and 8 and made sense for the continuation. But also, because there's a DLC confirmed, maybe you'll get to play as Chris in the DLC. Because at the end of the game, there's definitely like an epilogue that shows the BSAA is like they're in trouble again. So, and they talk about something about securing something about Wolf or something like that. So there's definitely more story to this, and they already confirmed like there's going to be extra content. I'm still waiting for a DLC for Silent Hill F, but there's definitely one for Requiem. So we'll see what happens.
Leon.
Okay, we don't need to watch this. We just need to. We know what to do here. Let's destroy Alpus because that's what Leon wants. And also, it's the first time when the main character is wrong. Right, in a Resident Evil game. There's never been a Resident Evil game where the main character is actually wrong.
I was wrong, and I am plagued by guilt.
I'm gonna destroy Elvis. You promise you'll end this.
But this obviously will kill. This will obviously kill Leon. Which is not what I really want to do. I actually thought I wanted to do the bad ending first, then the good ending, but now I have to do the other way around.
This is it.
What did you do?
What I had to.
Grace, get out of here! Go! Right behind you!
Leon! What are you doing? Come on! Leon!
At least I could save you.
I wish I could have saved you, Leon.
Alright, that was a terrible ending. That was a terrible ending. That wasn't just a bad ending, that was very terrible. Um, yeah, it's not what you expect as well. Um, I think most people would have been pretty upset about this ending. Um, it's not just upsetting that Leon got killed, but it's also like a very strange ending. Uh, what happened to Victor? What happened to Xenon? Xenon just crashed into. I guess he died? Who knows? And also, this ending does not have boss battles. I mean, speedrunners gonna love this. You can just. Like, that's crazy that there's no boss battle. Like, I thought I'll have to fight Xenon, right? So, Xenon is not even a boss battle. And there's no epilogue. Like, they know this is a bad ending. I mean, even the game developers know this. They didn't even let you. There's no epilogue. It's just like, yeah, that's insane. I wonder, an intense gameplay experience only for those who dare. Play at your own risk. Alright, okay, at least they warn you. But the question is there one? I feel like there could be one more difficulty, right? Because there's like extra space below. I don't know, is Insanity the hardest in the game? Not sure if I want to play it. Okay. So they actually give you an auto save here. So if you pick to destroy Alpus, if you get the crappy ending. And it's funny because the crappy ending is much shorter than the good ending. There's no final battle. There's nothing. And you're not even being introduced to the BSAA, although you know it's their helicopter. You don't get the epilogue. It's just an overall really bad ending. And it's a very crappy ending because Leon just dies. But also, like, there is no final fight. And he just sort of gave up at the end. You don't know what happened to all the other characters. Yeah. You know, it's crazy because the only reason I went for to release Elpis is because I honestly thought that was going to be the bad ending. I wanted the bad ending first, then the good ending, but it looks like it was absolutely the other way around. That's crazy. What a twist. I think some people would have hated this. I think some people would have hated this game just because of that fact. The game tricks you. It's not the first time a game has tricked you, I don't think. But so let's have a quick exploration around this room because we haven't. I wonder if this picture is Spencer's mansion in Resident Evil 5. I don't know who that is. It says M. So there's a couple of more things to do. There's obviously insanity mode, but also I have not figured out that puzzle related to the severed hand. So I'm probably going to work on that and a bunch of other videos in the next couple of days to see if I can figure it out. Sometimes these gramophone. I remember that in the in Resident Evil 4 remake. So Oswald E. Spencer, this is definitely a room for him. Yeah, so there's not much to do other than starting a new game on Insanity mode. The other choice that I have is starting a new game. I'm not going to do on Insanity mode. I'm going to do it on Standard Classic. Or maybe I will do on Insanity mode. I'm not sure. To play the game without... There's an achievement. If you play the game without using any healing items, you can get like an achievement without using herbs and med injectors, and if you're doing that, you definitely should pick the first ending to destroy Alpers, because that ending doesn't have any boss battles, so you don't have to think about using med injectors for that. And the Victor Gideon boss battle was fairly underwhelming, maybe because I'm playing on a lower difficulty. I'll see what happens when he's on a high difficulty. You just use the requiem and blast him, you know? And I had so much ammo as well for the requiem. I know I did a lot of exploration, but even in Resident Evil 3 Remake, when you do a lot of exploration, you do not have enough magnum ammo to take out the final... Not final nemesis, but even like the nemesis in the acid pit. Yeah, you still had to use a shotgun a lot. So, and the fact that he drops you the rocket, and you just can use it against him, that's insane. I bet the rocket doesn't do anything against nemesis at the end. And there's also no like railgun that you use for nemesis, so you don't have to push in power cells. You just have to do sufficient amount of damage, and that's it. Yeah, so... Okay, at least they gave you a good ending and a bad ending. I'm also surprised that the choices that you made before didn't matter, like shooting Emily wouldn't matter. Emily is still alive. She's mutated, but she's actually still inside the thing. So, yeah. Okay, let's quickly look at the bonuses. Content add, special content. Okay, so these are like extra weapons. A lightweight machine pistol. Okay, so you have costumes, etc. Concept art, models, behind the scenes video. Okay, so the behind the scenes video.
Sorry.
Alright. Are basically like how they make the video. So Grace's report. Maybe let's have a look. Introduction. Alright, we can read out this. There's 60 pages though. In 1998, Raccoon City was devastated by a massive outbreak caused by a viral leak from the pharmaceutical giant Umbrella. The United States government responded by launching a missile strike to wipe out the infected and erected a barricade to seal off the city. In 2004, following a court trial, the Umbrella Corporation declared bankruptcy. A complete account of the event was never released. However, in October 2026, it was discovered that the city had been used as a hub for the production and trafficking of bioweapons. This report reveals that the established narrative of the Raccoon City incident was falsified and elucidates newly discovered truth surrounding the incident. 1968. To properly understand the truth, we must first go back to the beginning of it all. In 1968, Oswald E. Spencer, James Marcus, and Edward Ashford founded the Umbrella Corporation. Having witnessed the horrors of the Second World War and the dread of the Cold War, Spencer felt a sense of despair at watching the world repeat the same mistakes. He felt it was his duty to bring about a change to humanity. As stated in court records following the Raccoon City incident, his ultimate goal was to bring about the viral evolution of the human race. Thus, he relentlessly pursued virus research through illegal and inhuman means. This fact remains unchanged. 1970s. From the very beginning of Umbrella, the company faced rapid change and intense internal strife, most notably the sharp ideological divide between Spencer and Marcus. According to court records, this conflict was cited as the primary factor leading to the unusual developments which followed. In 1978, James Marcus developed the T virus, which would go on to become the cause of the subsequent outbreak. 1980s. This is a crucial period of understanding the basis of what caused the incident and the truth behind the entire case. Spencer's influence and ARC's establishment. Spencer used internal politics to have Marcus demoted, absorbing T-virus research into a facility under his own control. From then on, Umbrella began to actively research and develop bioweapons under Spencer's leadership. The underground facility known as ARC, which was discovered during recent events, originally served as the administrative center of Umbrella's research. Several documents outlining Spencer's plan for ARC have also been discovered. from confiscated records. Long-term strategic review 1980-0422. Arc-centric integrated research roadmap. Step 1. Concentrated investment into Wesker's plan and the T-virus. Establishment of ARC as a central command center. Development of Alpus, memory transfer, and forced evolution. This is the first record instance of a significant keyword, Alpus. The connections involvement. The following document regarding Marcus's involvement were also recorded. Exempt from confiscated record. Receipt of donation 1986 0138. Recipient James Marcus. Sender F Foundation. Amount 30 million. This document shows a suspicious flow of funds being channeled to Marcus. Past FBI investigations revealed that the source of the funds, the F Foundation, was just one of the puppet organizations of the connections. The F Foundation no longer exists. The Connections is a criminal organization that various government agencies have been sounding the alarms against for years. This illicit group is at the heart of all this. Evidence suggests that the Connections thought involvement with Umbrella's central operations. Additional documents belonging to the prodigy of Marcus, Brandon Barley, have been uncovered. Exempt from confiscated records. Telegraph log 1988-0996. Sender Brandon Barley. Recipient F Foundation. Preparations are complete. I think it's time they made contact with me directly, don't you? I await a response. This indicates that Barley took over correspondence with the Connections, succeeding Marcus. Barley was rumored to be the funder of the Connections, but he may have only been a small cog in the large machine. We now believe the Connections has had deep roots in the criminal world since before the 1980s. Much about the Connections remain unknown. Spencer's purge. In order for Spencer to obtain complete control of Umbrella, he used force to deal with any internal opposition and influential adversaries. A list of these individuals, similarly prepared by an associate of Spencer's, was recently discovered. Exempt from confiscated records. Re-evaluation list. Following the CEO's re-evaluation protocol, measures will be taken against these individuals. Cheryl Morey, Michael Kramer, James Marcus. Omitted. 1990s. During this period, Umbrella continued to grow and expand through ties with the government. The organization became so large that Spencer could no longer fully control it. Numerous accidents plagued Umbrella facilities around the world as a result of poor management. Furthermore, information was being leaked to rival organizations and the Connections due to moles who had infiltrated the company. Yet despite the circumstances, Spencer was able to thoroughly protect and complete his research at ARC, the research Alpus. While most records regarding Alpus was lost with the destruction of ARC, a precious few remain. Exempt from confiscated records. Spencer's message 199 data missing. Tricell HCF the family and Umbrella. Alpus shall bring it all to an end. Data corrupted. The only information leaked about Alpus was that it had the potential to upset the military balance of the entire world. However, a strictly managed password known only to Spencer was needed to access it. What is Alpus? Alpus is a powerful antiviral drug. However, it was unknown to those who thought it. The Connections and other black market groups mistakenly thought it to be a powerful bioweapon with the potential to control human minds. This confusion likely stemmed from the fierce competition surrounding bioweapon development. It was common knowledge that Spencer, the developer of Alpus, aimed for the evolution and control of humanity through viral technology. Completion of Alpus. Based on data taken from the confiscated records and changes in Spencer's behavior, we believe Alpus was completed around the mid-1990s. After this period, the records show a marked decrease in the number of public statements from Spencer. A similar decrease in activity was also observed at the Raccoon City orphanage. Disturbingly, it is suspected that the children at the orphanage had long been used for Umbrella's experimentation. While Spencer frequently visited the orphanage, records indicated he stopped in the 1990s. Furthermore, the orphanage was under the research jurisdiction of William Birkin in the late 90s. Birkin turned against Spencer, ultimately leading to the leak of the T-virus. 1998, the Raccoon City incident. The T-virus leaked from the Umbrella research facility in Raccoon City caused an unprecedented outbreak. In response, the government decided to launch a missile strike on the city under the pretense of containing the spread. However, this is where we have been misled. The missile strike was not launched to prevent the spread of infection. A plan was formed to disrupt the relationship between the government and Umbrella and shift the blame for all illegal activities into Spencer. Found records indicate that the Connections lobbied for the missile strike. Exempt from confiscated records. Access log. First assembly minutes. ARC has been secured. Commence the missile strike. The blame will fall solely on Spencer. With this, Umbrella will be dismantled and we will seize their assets. The goal was the acquisition of Umbrella assets, particularly the thing they believe would disrupt the world's military balance, Alpus. Due to Barley's involvement, the Connections were aware of Umbrella's inner workings prior to the Raccoon City incident. This set them up to swiftly secure ARC before instructing the government to carry out the missile strike. After the Raccoon City incident, the Umbrella trials. As is well known, trials were held after the events of the Raccoon City incident. Testimony from Raccoon City survivors, along with evidence submitted by the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium, demonstrated the scope of Umbrella's nefarious activities. Evidence against Spencer was presented at the trials by his subordinate, Albert Wesker. It is now evident that Wesker was linked to Tricell, which in turn had strong ties to the Connections. Therefore, it is highly likely there was pressure from the government and the Connections during the trials. In 2004, following the outcome of the trials, Umbrella was forced into bankruptcy, just as the Connections and the government intended. Oswald E. Spencer was held accountable as CEO and he disappeared from public eye. Acquisition of ARC. The Connections and the government seized ARC during the Raccoon City incident. Thereafter, ARC served as a base for the research, development, and distribution of bioweapons. Documents believed to be transaction lists have also been seized. These list Umbrella's competitors, along with organizations that were previously found guilty of illegal activity. Unfortunately, most evidence was lost with the collapse of Ark. Recovery efforts continue, but success is unlikely. Proliferation of bioterrorism. Following the Raccoon City incident, weaponized viruses developed by Umbrella were leaked. Subsequently, instances of bioterrorism utilizing this technology spread around the globe. In 2013, President Adam Benford was assassinated in a bioterrorist attack. Intelligence agencies report that the president wished to reveal the full truth of the Raccoon City incident. It is possible that President Benford was privy to the facts revealed in this report. Spencer's final years. Remaining records about Spencer after the dissolution of Umbrella are scarce, but a new source of information has recently come to light, an interview conducted by Alyssa Ashcroft. Despite being responsible for countless atrocities, Spencer showed some signs of remorse in this interview. Having lost everything, he sought atonement. While Alpus is a powerful instrument that can render viral weapons inert, it also has the potential as a panacea to be used for good. It's possible that Spencer's true motivations behind Alpus were peace and redemption. While he remained obsessed with the evolution of humanity throughout his later years, most testimonies describe him as nothing but a senile old man. Spencer died in 2006 at his secluded estate. His true intention behind developing Alpus will forever remain unknown. Conclusion. As we can see from the records, the Umbrella Corporation liquidation was intentionally orchestrated by the connections and the United States government. Furthermore, they were involved in the illegal development and trafficking of bioweapons in Raccoon City. The extent to which past and present governments were involved require further investigation. Much about the connections remain shrouded in mystery, and most records of their involvement were destroyed alongside Ark. Countless lives have been lost. As government officials, we have a duty to pursue the truth. If anything, finding it will finally offer some closure to anyone who fell victim to these heinous actions. FBI Intelligence Analyst Grace Ashcroft. Okay, so that's Grace's report. The report is very long, but it doesn't actually touch about what happened other than the events in Raccoon City. It talked briefly about what happened in Resident Evil 6 and some parts about Resident Evil 5. No mention of Resident Evil 4, 7, or 8. Yeah, the ending really surprised me, but the game itself also surprised me as well. You're basically playing two games in one. Grace's section is much like Resident Evil 7. And Grace's section also has very limited action because she has limited weapon loadout as well. She only has a pistol, well, two types of pistol. Molotov, and then hemolytic injector, and also acid bottles, but acid bottles were only available later on. Empty bottles were available early on. The empty bottles are actually quite powerful as a weapon. It can stun lock enemies. So there's... I don't know how I feel about this game. It's definitely a great game. The ending really gets to me, so I don't know. It's a pretty difficult one. I don't know how I would rank among the Resident Evil games. I do think the game itself is certainly better than Resident Evil 8. It's definitely one notch better in many aspects. Whether it's as great as Resident Evil 4 Remake, that depends what do you mean. There's certain game mechanics I still prefer in Resident Evil 4 Remake. I think the game mechanics, the combat in Resident Evil 4 Remake, they've done it better. But in certain things, I think in terms of story, this Resident Evil has a really interesting story. It certainly has an interesting ending. The exploration in Raccoon City was great. The nostalgic moment in the RPD was also great. But I felt like they should have cut back a little bit on the Raccoon City section and more in the RPD and more puzzles in the RPD rather than just optional puzzles. The RPD feels like a big nostalgic trip, but that's it. It doesn't have much substance to it. It should have a bit more substance than just 2 optional puzzles. But, you know, I get what they're trying to do. I understand that. Yeah, anyway. I think that's it for today. I don't really want to start a new game. Like, I could, but I don't really want to do that. I don't actually know whether New Game Plus is any different. Another thing is, usually you like usually you get to usually you get wait one thing I don't get it. Okay, usually you are supposed to save the game at the end of the like usually you have to save the game at the very end so you can load up New Game Plus, but I did not get an option to save the game. Is that supposed to be like this? I don't remember I ever got an option to save the game, so how do I just start New Game Plus? Do I then pick this and then ask? I don't know. No, you just start a new game, looks like. Okay, it's the same cutscenes. Second playthrough. Weapons and items obtained in special content can now be collected from the item box or supply box. Okay, you just start a setting. Okay, so you still get most of your documents. Okay, some documents are missing. Like this document is missing. No, I'm only missing one document here. So what's missing? Why I have more documents that are missing? 1, 2, 3. That doesn't make sense. Why do I have 3 documents that are missing? Oh, okay, I see, I understand that now. Okay. Okay, so, oh, that must be the safe codes that are different. Oh, really? Okay, I did not know that the safe codes would be different. These are the safe codes. They must be because there are 3 of them in the there are 3 safes that are locked in the care center, and there's definitely 2. Yeah, there's 2 documents that are missing. Okay, that confirms it. Okay, but the Raccoon City puzzle is the same. The library card, the top priority, the scavenge hunt 1, scavenge hunt clue 1 and 2, the photograph, the rising ruby Rebecca. Okay, it's the same puzzle on other difficulties as well. Alright, okay.
I need to head to the hotel.
Is there a way to turn off the tutorial? Yeah, I don't want to control a vibration. I like how there's a dead zone sensitivity. Like they allow you to adjust this. I don't know if standard is the way you're supposed to do it. They have so many options. I don't know what about the original. Like, what is the default? No, I don't want to reset. No, I don't want to reset. It just resets this. Okay, it's just the standard is what they do. Set the reaction speed pattern for tilt of the right analog, right stick. So I guess that's just for aiming, right? The left stick is turning. Okay, so smooth. So this is the linear one, basically. How much you adjust is linearly. This is some sort of exponential pattern. Original, I don't know what the original means. Like, I don't understand any of these patterns. I think they make a difference if you're adjusting large movements in terms of aiming. I feel like standard is still the way to go. But and I don't know how linear is. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. That feels like something fairly complicated. Where's the option to turn the... Yeah. Tutorial message. Item pop up. Yeah, I do want items to pop up. Alright, we'll leave the tutorial message for the moment because it's the second playthrough. But in subsequent playthroughs, I won't be doing that anymore. Anyway, let's just finish up here. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. I do appreciate the view. Yeah, the ending was pretty crazy. So, alright, I gotta think about this. So, I'm not sure when I'll be streaming this game again. It might take me a little while. I might try Insanity difficulty first, just to see how difficult it actually is. And then go from there. I wonder, like... It didn't make a lot of sense, right? Because I finished the game, but it doesn't allow me to save like a full playthrough. Am I just doing something wrong? Oh, they have separate autosave files for Insanity mode. Oh, okay, it even looks different. Alright, okay. Alright, bye.